Welcome everybody, welcome church to the first ever Unwrapping the Gift conference. Now this is the first time we're doing it as a conference. We used to do it as a training called, believe it or not, this was the actual name, Unwrapping the Gift that Keeps on Giving, Parroting the Parakletos. Okay? Now tonight you're going to see how to parrot the Parakletos, how to walk in line with the Holy Spirit. And what I want to say is be open, receive from God. He wants to give to you. Don't set boundaries that He hasn't set. Okay? All right. Okay? So the way the sequence is going to work for the whole conference is I'm going to talk a little bit about this gift that was promised to us by our Father, which is the gift of the Holy Spirit, right? And that we have, who we have right now. And then directly after me, I'm going to, for tonight and tomorrow night, I'm going to basically be the hype man. I'm going to be the cheerleader for our other two speakers. So then after me tonight, Tafara is going to come up. Tafara is really on point when it comes to mind renewal. I don't know if anybody that teaches it better than him. Okay, he's the master of mind renewal. Okay, you can quote me on that one. And he's a champion, and we love him, and we really love the guy. He has got so much to share about it. Now, why talk about mind renewal when we're at a Holy Spirit conference? Because if we don't do that, then if we don't give you truth and show you how to anchor that truth in yourself and internalize it, then it'll just be some helpful information that you'll later swap for some other helpful information, and you will effectively always live for the experience of a lifetime and the next experience of a lifetime instead of living a lifetime of experiences, of experiencing God, a lifetime of experiencing God. Now, so that's what's going to happen. Tafara's going to do the next session. Tomorrow night it'll be me again, and then I'm going to talk about how you actually do it. So what do you actually do practically to unwrap this gift? And then after that, then Carlo's going to speak. Carlo's surname is Merrick, so his name's Carlo Merrick. We've now dubbed him officially Carlo the Miraculous. And he's going to talk about the miraculous tomorrow night, and he's going to share some testimonies. But what he's going to anchor now is he's going to talk about what your identity is in Christ. Because, again, we can give you a whole bunch of Holy Spirit stuff, and we can tell you, yes, renew your mind. But if we don't say renew your mind to who you are in Christ and what your identity is in Christ, then you won't, just like Jesus, go, you know what, it's right for me to always experience the Holy Spirit, just like it is for Jesus. Does it make sense?
Yep.
So if we don't do that, it'll just kind of be something that goes away. Right? Make sense? Okay, so I'm going to start the session. Good way to start any conferences, I guess, is with a funny story, so I'm going to do that. So it is the year 2010. Go there with me for a second. Year 2010. Everybody there? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, who's not going to... Put up your hand if you're not going to be responsive. So it's the year 2010. We're doing live fire meetings in a town that at the time was quite religious. They didn't like any of the Holy Spirit stuff. And we were there, and we were doing these conferences in a school's hall. And it was cool because we pulled the kids, and if you reach the kids, you can reach their grown-up people as well. And it was awesome. We filled people with the Spirit. We had famous people come in. We had Blue Ball rugby players come in. So you know it's good. And we had bands come in, like it was awesome. And we would fill people with the Holy Spirit, and they would experience the Holy Spirit, and it was just a really fun time. Now at the time, I believed that, this is where I was at in my journey with the Holy Spirit. I believed, very much so at the time, that Holy Spirit needs to point out to me who needs to be filled with the Holy Spirit. Because if He doesn't point that out, then I can't do it, right? The Holy Spirit, listen buds, the Holy Spirit will climb into your box. Okay? He does not have a problem to climb into any box you set for him. You know why? Because He loves you, and He wants to be close to you, and He knows how to meet you where you're at in your box to take you out of that box. Okay? Have that Jesus jump out of that box and be a Jesus in the box, like a Jack in the box. Okay? He knows exactly how to do it. He's an expert. He's awesome. He's done it forever. So at the time, God meets me where I'm at. Holy Spirit meets me where I'm at, and He points out. Now, just put yourself in my shoes for a second. I'm standing in this big hall. There's a bunch of people around us. I haven't even spoken. I've just spoken, and then we had another worship session. We had famous people speak. All these things are going on. Okay, lights are flashing. It's high risk. It's high reward. It's a very fun time. And Holy Spirit points out, about here in front of me, points out these two girls here in front of you. You need to go pray for them. I ignore it. It must just be me. Holy Spirit goes, no. You want me to play by these rules, so I'm pointing out who you need to go pray for. Go pray for these two then. And so I listen. But here's the thing, guys. I'm scared. All this Holy Spirit stuff is still very new to me. And when I get nervous, I tend to do weird things. Who am I kidding? Not just when I'm nervous. And so I'm basically there, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, Zane, you need to restrain yourself. You need to have a friend with you to kind of keep you in check here. It needs to be fine. So I tell my friend, come with me. We don't want to make a spectacle out of this. We're not going to pray for them and show everybody, hey, look, they fell down and recorded and all this kind of stuff. We will we'll take them out. We'll go to the school's gallery, right, where the people sit at top, and we'll pray for them there, and then it'll be fine. So my friend goes with me, and I knew this girl was going to fall down. I didn't say anything. I said to my friend softly, listen, just stand behind her, because I knew she was going to fall down. Don't want her to get hurt. And then, sure enough, I pray for her, and she falls down. And now remember, these people have never seen anything like this. And her friend is standing right there next to me, seeing her friend fall down, and her friend comes and says to me, is she okay? And I saw my opportunity. And I went like this. No, I'm sorry, she's gone. Sorry, I don't know. And she looked at me and she went, what? And I kind of left it for a couple of seconds till I started seeing her go like this. And then I was like, no, it's a joke, I'm just playing, she's not gone, she's fine. And then I said to her, listen, she's good. I don't know how long she's going to be out, maybe like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So why wait that long just to ask her how it was? Why not experience it for yourself? So we pray for her and she falls down as well. Almost like basically in the same time frame, a week or so later, I was living in a hostel, like a boarding school, in this exact same town, and we were, well, they had, the high schools will have like their events, like their athletic events, right, like an athletics day, and it was on a Wednesday, and it was a long weekend, right, so it was such a long weekend that they had the athletics day on the Wednesday, and the next week, Wednesday only, I came back to the hostel, right? So that's how long a long weekend that was. So you can imagine how pumped the kids were. But they had these 2 star athletes at the school who, well, they didn't eat anything before they did their athletic thing that Wednesday. So they didn't eat anything before they did their event. Then they had their athletic events that they had to do. And then, because it was a long weekend, the hostel's kitchen was closed down, and these guys had no money. So think of how hungry these guys are. They're already like chowing like Godzilla, and they literally haven't eaten for days. It was so hectic. When I got there the next Wednesday, they were laying on their beds. They hadn't eaten. They were so tired, almost like falling off the bed. And now listen to this. I wasn't led. This next thing that happened wasn't the Holy Spirit led me to do this. It wasn't that Holy Spirit pointed anything out to me. It wasn't that I was overcome with empathy or compassion for them. But I just said to them, listen, come with me, I'm going to go buy you food. And I only had 30 Rand in my wallet. And it wasn't going to be enough for these 2, freaks of nature. So I knew it wasn't going to be enough. But in faith, I said, come with me and I'll buy you food. I so believed I would have enough money that I believed, it almost felt to me like my wallet was a little bit bigger, right? Even though there was only 30 Rand in there. And on our way, we're walking to the spa, and on our way, I open up my wallet, and there's extra 20 Rand in there. And listen, my wallet's in my pocket. There's no way someone's putting money in my wallet, right? So I tell them, I go, hey guys, look, there was only 30 Rand, and look, now it's 50 Rand. And they're kind of like, whatever, Zane. Because they didn't see there was only 30 Rand in there. I was like, okay, fine. We get to the door of Spar, and as we get to the door, as we walk in, I open up my wallet, and now the 50 Rand has become 100 Rand, right? So now I've got 100 Rand in my wallet, so I show it to them, and they're kind of like, what is this magic, right? Funny, I'm just going to throw this in, a funny story about the magic thing. Carlo, who you guys will meet tomorrow, he's got a funny shirt that says, I'm friends with a guy who walks in water, okay? And he uses it as a good conversation starter to tell people about Jesus. So he goes and eats at Spur because, believe it or not, God forgives Spur employees. And he goes and he eats, and he's sitting there, and this waiter just keeps waiting, like kind of looking at him the whole time. And he's expecting this waiter to ask him something about Jesus, and just not happening. The waiter keeps looking at him, and Carlo's like, eventually Carlo is trying to be helpful, and he goes, so Carlo's waiting on the waiter to ask him something. Carlo goes, hey, like, what's up? And the waiter just keeps looking at his shirt, and the waiter eventually goes like this, he goes, are you friends with David Blaine? So Carlo's like, no, the guy actually walks on water. Anyways, so back to our story. Okay. So now, remember now it's 100 Rand in my wallet, I had 30. I walk in, these guys are negotiating, these 2 athletes are negotiating amongst each other, like, if we buy one chicken, we can share it and all this kind of stuff. I said to them, no, that's rubbish. Get yourself a bunch of chicken.